Hey, how y'all doing, man? God bless you, man. God continue to bless. Hey, we sure to appreciate everybody pushing in and helping just get the earth prepared for the presence of God. Man, the presence of God. Whoa, man. And yeah, we really, uh, mm. Yeah, man, man, we really appreciate you guys, man. I got a little excited, I didn't know we can do it, I was, hey, I knew we could do it, though. I don't know what I'm talking about. I knew we could do it, through prayer life. I ain't saying, and see how the prayer life work, you ain't probably lifted a finger to do nothing. But just the effort of getting motivated to do stuff. See, God bless efforts. It's a story I reminded of, over there at, Abraham. Yeah, no, let me tell you, dog. Over there at Abraham, man, Abraham had a situation, man, that came before him. Let me tell you about it, baby. Abraham has been walking with God for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And then one time, him and God have a conversation, man. And God asked Abraham, man, I need you to sacrifice your son. Oh man, don't you know how Abraham felt, man? You let somebody come and tell, you know how Abraham felt. A powerful God asked him to sacrifice his son after Abraham, who had been dependent on this powerful God all his life. Now this powerful God is going to ask him. You know what I mean? He's going to ask him. He's going to ask Abraham, baby, to sacrifice his son. You feel what I'm saying? What would you would have done? But Abraham went on up there, man, going, what was going through Abraham. That's why I call it perspective. Man, that's a good job, Bob, man. Bob. Bob boy can put it out there, man. But that's what I'm calling about, saying about perspective thinking. You have to wonder, what are you talking about? Compassion? It's right there, man. But smack you in the face, baby. Abraham had to go up to that mountain, man. You can see him now. He's shaking. Mind probably twirling all kind of ways. This God, what is he asking me to do? You're scared. It's okay. Well, it's okay, baby. You got to imagine. We're not there. We're not there to see the story. So we got to imagine what you would have been doing. What you would have been doing if someone come and ask you to sacrifice your baby. He can't walk. I imagine it must have been the longest walk of his life, baby. The longest walk of his life. He went on up there, man, shaking every step, sweating, confused. I mean, that's a confusing walk, man. Can you walk when you're confused, man? You see people confused sometimes. I see people, bless their hearts, man. I'll go out to the people, man, but you see people out unfortunate on their luck, man. They just be, just like everywhere. You know what I mean? They just all over this. They fighting with themselves, it seems like. They can't walk. They confused. You see what I'm saying? I twitched that, that's my imagination for Abraham. He can't go some heavy knowledge, man. Y'all gotta look at these stories, man. These are reality stories. These are modern day stories, baby. We come to bring the world a new twist and let them look at it from a different perspective, you see what I'm saying? This is a different perspective. To bring some words out that need to be powerfully. They really need to bring them words out, baby. They make that story ring in your ear. Abraham went on down through that, man. He found a bush. He went on down there and pulled his knife out. It appeared to be the angel of Abraham. He raised his hand, baby. He raised his hand up and see like an angel came and said, no. See, that's a powerful God. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, man. Where does this angel come from? Here we is on earth. Now, we done talked about, them demons. We done talk about them demons. We talked about the angels that was washers of the earth. And then they turn around, they're supposed to be observing the word. That's over there in Daniel, I believe, chapter 4, around verse 7, 13. And then you may get a little bit more of that in 23. You may be able to take a napkin and wipe your mouth after you stop right there, baby. That's going to be something to glean on, baby. You see what I'm saying? These are beings. These are powerful. These are not normal people. These are not, no, these guys walk with power. They walk with authority. Trees bend when they come by, man. The air stop when God get up and move out of his way. This is the kind of power I'm talking about, guys. This is kind of power. This is what we preparing the earth for. The presence of God. The presence of God. You feel me? I mean, when you walking like that, and when you, man, that power, everything that's in your way, get out the way. And they tell you, excuse me for being in your way when they walking in your way. They tell you, excuse me for being in your way, baby. That's that power, baby. You see what I'm saying? That's God. Everything he demands, the presence of God. Moses said one time he came. I think Moses is going, from what I can understand, man. I think he's talking bro about that, man. You know, they still had a problem about that body, man. You know, that was a legal issue, man. Satan tried to challenge, because Moses had killed a man. So Satan tried to challenge the archangel on that topic there when you're reading some other stuff. You know, he tried to challenge it. Well, you know, so what he did, he said, well, you know, this is a conversation with the archangel and the devil, or Satan. This is a conversation going on now. These are powerful beings discussing Moses' body, baby. You see what I'm saying? Powerful beings. So Satan came and said, hey, look, well, you remember Moses killed a man. Legal issue. So that's why Satan thought he had the right to get the body. But the archangel did not splatter this with him. He did not speak ugly of him. He said, the Lord rebuke you. And then the Lord took the body, from what I'm hearing in studies, and they buried it over there in Mount Nebo. Not to get off into this, it's a little bit side note here. They buried him over Nebo. The reason they buried him in Mount Nebo because God had to hide the body because he didn't want the children of Israel to come up and make Moses' grave an idol. Because they later had left, you see. You know they ain't get along, but you know that power leaves you, boy. You feel a little weak sometimes when you've been dependent on somebody. That's why it's good for you, know, you got to get strong, baby. We're trying to tell you about that powerful warrior spirit. The presence of God is in you, baby. The presence of God is in you. You don't come into the party slope down. That's why you dress class. You feel like you're dressed. Not the dress to have to do anything with what you wear. You feel what I'm saying? You feel good, you know what I'm saying? You look good, you feel good. And, you know, what makes it so beautiful, guys? Mm, When you create an environment like that, the atmosphere, you know, the vibes, you know, you ever been into a pleasant environment? You don't want to leave a pleasant environment, you understand what I'm saying? You want to, you know, you can almost, you know, you can just really, you know how you walk to where you probably kind of in a hurry, and you walk through this pretty scenery, and you looked at it for a minute, when you decided, sometimes we do decide to take a few moments out of our busy day, you know what I'm saying? On your way to here and there, you say, it's a good thing you do that, you feel what I'm saying? And sometimes if someone had came by and interrupted you, probably went to sleep, after you got a seat there in that pretty scenery, you decide to sit down there, because it's so beautiful to you. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes beauty is just for you. You feel what I'm saying? That's the power of God. Sometimes people don't want to embrace beauty, and sometimes you have to leave. You know, just like I always say, man, if I'm passing to the second grade, I can't wait on you, even though we best friends. You know, this is a stepping stone. This is not, we'll catch up later, you know. But we got to keep moving forward so I can reach back and get you in case you need a helping hand. Knowledge will make you travel, baby. This is the present. Knowledge will make you travel. But back on to the presence of God, man. Can you imagine one of the most elite, never known, undisputed power that no one ever have defeated? Now listen to that. We talk about boxers, games, football games, and this, that, you know. I'm going to slide on to the next topic there. You got to get to it, baby. No one has defeated the Father. He's never lost a battle. Never lost a battle. And he's been some tough battles. You know, people done tried him all kind of ways. The people tried God through his own people, baby. Come on now. Through his own people. You see how disobedient them people. Satan try to get. That's why you got to wake that spirit of being up, man. When you walking in the presence of God, them warriors in you, them warrior spirits, man, get to jumping in you and get to shouting up in your boys because they feel that power. You saying you feel that power walking around them, man. God exuberate power. The Bible says, I think when Jesus spoke, I think whatever, I think, if I'm not mistaken, some of them men fell to the ground when they just heard the voice, man. These are powerful beings. This is not, I don't know how y'all tell the story. These guys are strong. These are the elite beings. You see what I'm saying? And a few elite beings fell down from heaven that we did not welcome. You understand? But we got a warrior in it. I think that's another thing we're going to think about. It's a reason for why. You know, you wonder what comes, you know, God knew what was on earth. You know why he kicked him that way he fell out. Do you wonder why come God didn't do nothing about it? I mean, why you toss the devil down this way for? You know what I'm saying? That's okay to wonder. That's how you learn. Some of y'all scared to ask the question, man. I ask them. I want to know. I mean, if it's so evil, then you may be pure. Then why did the devil? And I think I may be having an answer after I'm learning more about this warrior spirit. A spiritual man is stronger than an angel. Man, boy, about man. That's good, but I like it about man. About man, he get down, man. This guy practice every night, man. I don't usually call it practice, man. It's just all in his neck. He opened his word. I see words of God float down his mouth. I said, man, hold on, give me a couple of pieces of slices of bread. I can fix me a sandwich right here. Man, catch that word of life, baby. You feel what I'm saying? We need that word of life. You got to eat that word every day, baby. But back to the presence of God, though, man. You talking about. Man, I don't understand how people not understanding. This is. Do I need to go back through? I'm trying to get this in you guys. We talking about the presence of God. This is like roll out the red carpet, roll out more than half of the earth, and you better roll out some more. We better see if the earth can hold its weight. You know what I'm saying? You know. This is a beam, man. These guys not like us, bro. Man. But it's good we, pitched in. He see the effort that we try. It doesn't matter what you did nothing. I think we put enough on the mind. Because sometimes effort is all we need. Just a little effort. God want to see a little try. He don't say, and the devil come at you and tempt you. You got to feel that. You're a God. You are a God. John 10:34. With legal issues, I know we can go over to Psalms 82. I don't see how all that works. But there's some little things that you can see that still prove that fact that you're a God. He said he's a big God, you're a God. And it would make sense because, you're like your daddy. If you've been born again, you would have to be a God, wouldn't you? What I mean, you had power. And what did he give you power for? Did he know God? Did not God knew what he loosed in here on earth? And he armed us. But somehow, with legal issues, because it's always devil challenge the Father, our Heavenly Father, Papa, on legal issues. That's the only way he can challenge Papa on legal issues. But Papa won't bend. He's true to his own legal. Whatever he says goes, even to himself. You see what I'm saying? That's what the devil does, man. And we ain't no match for him. You gotta have that warrior spirit, because God gonna connect to that warrior spirit. You ain't up there just doing it on your own now. You gonna plug in. Somebody gonna plug in, baby. You may be occupied twice. The Holy Spirit living up in you. You think he just sitting up in your house? What do you think he doing? He's like an armed guard up in you, baby. He got very limited space if you look at it from a physical point of view to move around, baby. He's standing straight still on armed guard from an analogy point of view. A colloquial language. We'll bring it back to the scripture, baby. I just came out of this trying to make that analogy point. You see what I'm saying? We came down a little bit. I'll bring it back up. In other words, that guy is still, he's like a tree. That's a little bit more now. Coming on back into the scripture. He's like a oak. You feel what I'm saying? I think somebody said to Moses once, stand still and watch the salvation. Sometimes you gotta stand still, man. Sometimes you done did all you do. I mean stand still. I don't mean to stand still physically. That's good. That's easy to do. Stand still physically is easy to do. You stop. That's it. You stop. But what we need you to stand still at and sort of get your breath, catch your breath, grasp some of these concepts. We're still gonna try to push the presence of God, even though, we hoping for the best. We don't know when this is gonna occur. But everybody ready. If you ain't clean on the outside, you clean on the inside. If you get some of this word to penetrate that heart, baby. You can be clean from the inside out. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna be clean from the outside in. You know what I'm saying? Man. Yeah. Hey guys, hold on. We may have a tech issue. Let me see what's happening. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. It won't take long. It's on. That's it. Okay, all right, okay, guys. Everything's said. Just a little tick there, but we got it. I'm sorry. I want to be sure everything's good for you guys. Because I know you guys are trying to deliver a powerful message. There's nothing like to be in the presence of God with all that power. Man, when God has power and you in His presence, Okay, let me give you this. Let me try to give you. Let me try to give you this. Wait a minute. Tech God, we know you had it in you, baby. Right now, let me have it. We'll work you in. We'll work. Okay, you guys be good, man. Yeah, but God is good. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm talking about the presence of God, baby. I'm talking about a man who stands still and the wind go around him. Everything in his path, I don't care what's in his path. If a mountain is in his path, the mountain is bowed and rolled over the other way to give him room to come by. That's the kind of these are gods, God. I mean, what kind of God do y'all say? I mean, I don't understand. This is not no Superman God. This is not no cartoon God. You understand? This is a real deity. These are they demand, and they're so humble. I don't even know if they'd speak, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have to speak, so much power is exuberated off of them. Why do they need to speak? And we gonna understand what they speak. When they speak, we will understand when they speak. Right now, they speak it down and say, oh, God, go ahead, come be. I appreciate it, Bible man did good, man, compassion. I was trying to do I wanted them to understand the realness of God, not just a story. We say we're reading the Bible like the Bible's talking about other people, and we just coming along the way. We are the people. The earth got invaded. That's what happened to us. It's been a long war. Read Revelation 12 and understand that. Get that word hurled out of there. We make it seem like we're supposed to get comfortable with an invasion. And the warrior spirit just went down. I don't understand that. I'm trying to. Okay, man. Hey, man, but I'm man, he getting a little compassionate like me. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is when you love the Lord and you want other people to understand, the love of God, because you want them to come in. You want them to recognize their strength and their power. Because some people walk around here and it seems like, how you walk around and you needed something and then you had it all the time in your pocket. You done went all day. You needed this tool. Whatever it was. You went all day looking for that tool. You get on, say the couch, there's the tool in your pocket. You don't need it now, but you felt you good when you found it. You felt good. You said, at least you done got it for tomorrow. Well, that's the same with God. Y'all got tools you're not even using yet. Some of y'all, I don't know how the rest of y'all. God is rich and powerful. You ought to be walking in glory, power, and strength, getting you plenty of fresh air, breathing freely. There's so much into the spiritual walk, guys. You know, but this should help you understand. If you're a spiritual warrior, then we show you try to explain to you why the devil get upset. That the Papa had to push him around, let him know. You fighting. You know how people gonna try you, man. We act like this. They ain't doing nothing different than what we do. This is like a real fight. This is like a real push. Like you walk by and push somebody. These guys are spirit, and this has probably been a heavenly sense. I mean, I pushed them. You made roads into 5,000 miles and into three or four lives into endless generations. They push you, you'll never be seen again. They can just look at you and you're gone. For going with this story, they said the men fell to the ground when they heard the voice over there in Acts chapter 9. Peter's transformation over there in Acts 9, I think you'll find it over there. I mean, man, he right about, man. The presence of God, man. That's why I was trying to. That's what I was trying. Papa was coming. I was trying to do the best I can to get y'all. Cause he don't want you to do nothing. He don't want to do. We say we love the Lord. We know what He did for everybody. This that alone just bring utmost honor and respect. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, man. You got to think. Sometimes, I know we busy in life. I'm busy. I'm retired, but I enjoy being busy. I'm in busy in what I like to do. But I always been busy. I always loved all my jobs. I told you about that. You know. We busy, but sometimes you got to be busy and slowing down and just take it. Just take I ain't gonna take the Bible out of it. Yeah, I learned this, man. It's just a couple of things I learned. Um, One is perspective thinking. That's cool. I believe just like everybody else believes, but it's some things in there that make your belief get a little bit more stronger. I don't know if the preacher ain't got time to cover, but we supposed to be studying at home anyway. The preacher is just like a guide. The Bible says you got to study to show yourself approved. You're supposed to study anyway. Ain't no flipping no Bible, this and that. You better tear some pages up in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You get some good study. You got a Bible supply. Ripped up so many Bibles. I ripped up a lot of Bibles, man. I wasn't mad about it. I got a lot of stuff out of them. You know what I'm saying? I like the one though, man. I knew every page was even on the ripped it apart. I knew what the little corner. I knew what that little part was. Because I didn't want to lose it either, man. I always kept that little part, man. Back in the day, yeah, we tap some Bibles now. Tap some Bibles up. That's food. That's nourishing for your body, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Oh man. Okay, school them. Oh man. What the heck? Oh man, let's see. Okay, that's not good. Oh wow, that's not a good thing. Yeah, you talk to any I'm excuse me, we got something going on to see what happened. Yeah, that's the way it goes, but some I don't know all the details, but you should be able to go to some people to discuss your situation, right? Don't just sit there and just do it. Go to somebody and talk to somebody. You at school, it's got to be some older people there. What's going on. You got to let somebody know. That's what you got to do. I'm talking to you. Just texting me. I see it. I'm sorry, we had a little test going on. Yeah, but that's what you got to do, man. You have to do that. You got to go to somebody a little bit more. She's on more. Yeah, I don't know what you. Somebody's a little bit more. That's a little bit more authority. Knowledge make you travel. Well, I know I ain't trying to be distant. That's the only thing you can do, though. Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. I mean, what else can you do? What else you gonna do? I mean, it's already happening. So go on, do what you need to do. But anyway, man, in the presence of God, whoo, man. I don't know if you guys realize the longevity of I mean, do you really get what we're trying to say here? I mean, that's what we're trying to say. I get it we keep saying it because we thinking you're not getting it. We thinking y'all got some type of low, flowery, what would you call a Photoshop picture. Whatever words you kind of say describe some kind of God, but it seems when you describe, he don't got no power. That's just what it feels like, guys. Man, we be like, what? God, no wonder this world is deflated. He ain't got no power. The power is here. The power is in you. The presence of God show up when you show up. You know what I mean? The presence of God show up when you show up. If you don't want to show up, what he gonna do? He's giving you grace and mercy. You can't let out, when the devil comes, that warrior is for the evil spirits. The judgment started our hearts first. We get ourselves together. You got to face situations. And when that thing happened, however you start to do your little thing, I did it out just to show you guys an example. I mean, that's how serious it is when you want to keep things away from you. You got to be growling. You don't want to eat that stuff. You want to attack it, like it's trying to attack you. You want to defend yourself. You defend yourself in a physical fight. Your own desires are trying to hit back at you. You got to defend yourself. It's part of you. You got to defend yourself against your own desires. You see what I'm saying? So this is like a tug of war. Now we may talk about the struggle of two nations, baby. We're gonna ease right on through. We try to stay on the presence of the Lord. We did 2 videos, but I want to keep that thing going. That's what it really. That's why we cleaned up, man. It wasn't about us really. We are. It's God is president, but we his children. You know what I'm saying? Papa coming in town, it's like any of your friends, family, anybody come in town, you want to clean up. And he's so quick, when we get there, he'll be there. That's how quick he is. When we get there, he'll be there. That's how quick God is. He's so quick. When we get there, he'll be there. Because he in us. He ain't us, he in us. Ain't gonna be no magic. Maybe you see y'all rush stuff so fast. Maybe that happens. So I don't know. I'm not. But no, that's not our job. We understand. That's what happened to we understand our job. That's what happened to adversary between him and God. He's getting jealous. He won't Papa's job. If we learn to stay in our roles, that's what y'all to stay in. If you get help, need help, you know how to raise your hand up and get you some help. But it's always safe. Let me have this, man. Man, but you've been, man, you've been doing a good job, man. Well, I was like, you came in on a good part. We were talking about we being safe and everything. It's always good to be safe, Be safe. But the thing of it is, though, you got to realize how big God is in your life. You got to be sure that, yeah, when I'm preaching, I'm Minister Raphael, share God's word with you. We're not talking to your flesh. We're not talking to your fleshly ears. Man, we're not talking to your understanding between your skull. We're not talking to that. It's something else inside you that have a great intelligence inside you. Very intelligent inside you. And he want to be released. But doubts and fears and not unknown and not want to accept this and that. Let me slide on to the next topic. He's trying to wake you up, baby. Y'all download, you got to get serious about your life and, surrendering stuff. And then you can feel this power. God got so many. God can do anything in the world. It ain't nothing that God cannot do. You understand that? Anything. The diseases obey God. It doesn't matter. We just get into some of those perspectives, thinking on people that's sick. It's a sensitive subject, but some things can be done without resigning to your situation right away. This is why we mix in imagination is like a medicine. I try to say this often, but it's a perspective thinking. It's not where you're gonna find. They talk about delusion or delusional. The God will catch some delusional on you. That's working in amalgam. It's just backwards. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Imagination is a strong medicine, man. It's strong. That's almost like when you can able to. And I imagine if y'all would try to mention, and this is think about it. Try it sometime at home. You done lost someone because you ain't never did it. Sometimes just think about it at home. This is how I try to do it. My grandkids, we had to do this all the time. Man. That's it. They about 6, 7 years. I said, we had to move around the house. They sit in front of TV. I said, what you watching? They said, I don't know. I said, well, turn the thing off. Just turn it off. If you done been sitting there 20 minutes, you don't know what you watching, you might want to turn TV off. You know what I'm saying? And they was watching, but I was just messing with them. But every time I asked them, I ain't do that. What you watching on TV? I want you to pay attention, baby. Don't be up there staring and looking at something you don't know what you're doing. Looking at the bill. If you don't know what you're doing, ask somebody. Don't be too proud to ask somebody. If you need a little help, hopefully we're going to get this Nobby style lifestyle we trying to push. And everybody calm down a little bit. Let's have a moment of peace. See how you like it. Just see how you feel about it. We got several points we'd like to make about it. You know what I'm saying? And we can do some type of survey. Well, we have several points we'd like to make about it. You know what I mean? And sure, y'all have a couple of points. By the time y'all feel good, y'all might have several points y'all like to make about it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how the Lord's going to work with you. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got different gifts, It's just what it is. And the gift is to edify the earth and to make the earth smell good and fresh and smelling for the Lord. This is royalty, man. These are spiritual beings, man. Man, I heard where a guy was in trouble one time. It might have been Elisha. I don't know if Elisha or Elijah. He scared Jezebel, I think. This dude done laid down, he got a little nervous, Sometimes you get nervous, you get a little nervous, even though you're a child of God. He got a little nervous. The lady scared him, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. I think that's where he said he felt like he was the only one that the Lord had said, I got 51 and obeyed him, 50, I think it was something like that, I believe. And I think it was at the same story. I'm thinking when he got up and a piece of cake was hovering over his head, that piece of cake was floating, man. What the heck do y'all not understand? We got this levitation, blah, blah, this, magician doing this, you make it, that's called an illusion, baby. It appears to be doing what it's doing, but it's not. It's an illusion, But in the Bible, when they say this cake was floating in thin air, this is the same guy that was on the this is the presence of God, man. Man, I do thank y'all for this, cooperating. You cooperate, whether you was in your prayer life or you heard this a little bit, maybe you felt a God trying to pour us out to let's get prepared for the Lord because we are His God, His children. And we have not forgot about that, even though life has been busy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Sit down sometime and just think about and say to yourself, What do I think about? I mean, just ask yourself a question. It's a good, fair question. Because your mind is a wandering mind. If you don't can control your mind, it's everything. Just boom, 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 up in your mind. Your eyes, and your eyes try to fight everything. Your eyes all see it during the course of the day. It sees everything, and now I want to fight everything. Well, that's what we call filtering and sorting. For me, we'll get all that. What was that? Was that? That's the old sleepyhead, the big man, y'all. Y'all heard that word, yeah. Hey, baby, man, how you doing, man? Give me man. How you been, man? Man, I've been sleeping like an angel in that chair, man. Every cloud of man, it feels. I mean, you try to come back when you get a chance, man. I really would like for you to try, man. Just tell me what you think, man. Man, you know what, Sleepy? I'm gonna try it out, man. Yeah, it look comfortable, man. It look comfortable. That's that white and blue, right? Yeah, it look. I like that color, man. It look comfortable, man. It look big too. It's like, I believe we can sleep in it together, man. I believe 8 people get in that couch, man. We all try it, man. That's a big couch, man. Recliner. It just laid back. I mean, this is where you put your feet at. I believe 4 people lay on that thing. Papa must have thought you was a giant in life. He must have thought you was a real big giant. No, I was a small guy. I wasn't really all that big, man. I stayed small, but he might be talking about something else. Sleepy, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Okay. All right, guys. See you guys. I just thought to chat with you guys for a moment. Yeah. Yeah, but I heard y'all saying about the presence of God, man. And man, when he came in my life, man, everything just shook on me. I didn't know what to think, man. I mean, you actually had a revelation or revealing. I mean, people read it. See, some people don't believe in a revealing for God. They think this and that. And that's why they can't get it, because that's what they think. So quit thinking and start imagining. Everything, I thought the Bible said anything was possible. Did the Bible say that? Anything is possible to the one that, all things, anything. I mean, look at the word all things. I thought, when I used to remember all things when I was saying, it meant all things. It meant all things are possible. There's a lot of things we think ain't impossible. He said all things were. Man, I have to think about it. I have to look that word up. You know. But man, these are gods. These are warriors. It's been many battles of fought. One battle right there on the cross when we read the story about that. There was 10,000 angels right there, man. Can you imagine that? When Jonah went to the well, it was some angels in assistance in that assisting the Lord. If he wasn't there, a man is going into the belly of a well. You know what I'm saying? It's power, man. And he come out alive. But I don't know what to tell you, man. That's some good power. It's good to be obedient to that. And they said it can bless you. They said they can do some things for you. They said they understand some things. You want to. Well, man. But hopefully we have a nice time, man. Hopefully they just come together. And look what I was thinking, guys, about if they do decide to do this or something happen, I'm sure if they do something like that, I'm sure it'll be televised. So we can all go get a bottle of champagne, a little wine, whatever, and just be at the house and chilling with your family. It makes for a nice environment. Don't you like nice environments sometimes? I mean, the air is just right, cool, nice, crisp. You may got a few things out or you're around the fireplace, whatever you're doing. But and when you sit still for a moment, that might be my other point I was trying to make. When you sit still sometime, okay, Bob, is she black or white people? Oh, what is that, man? I don't know. We talking about polychromatic, It's easy for me, polychromatic. Look it up. That's what we talk about, friend. I don't understand, but that's what I talk about. Cause I always say, man, we all got a Bible story. Everybody got a Bible story. Your Bible story is just not in church on Sundays and Wednesdays. You got to live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday too. It's amazing how we try to do this and do that. You know what I mean? How we think. How you train to think. And sometimes we gotta, like I said, sit down. What am I thinking about? What are you thinking about when you think? It's just a perspective thing. It's not just to hurt you or harm you. You understand? It's sort of like coming to get to know yourself sometimes. Sometimes we have to do that, You think you know yourself, and I'm sure a lot of you do, but there's a lot of you that don't. You feel me? Everybody don't know themselves like someone else knows them. And maybe it's because of conditions, maybe it's because of circumstances, maybe it's because of environments. Maybe it's because of location. I don't know what it could be. Who knows? I'm not trying to figure it all out. I'm just saying that take some time for yourself. Sometimes take you about 5 minutes, sit down, relax, get the weight off your feet, kick the boot up. You might stay there for another 2 hours. If you do, you probably need to rest, baby. Sometimes your body got to rest. Even from the thinking process. Some people got big loads. They trying to run the household, trying to get the kids to school. This could be man or woman. Try to do a lot of things, man. You know, disruptions, interruptions in between here, there. You still trying to make your plans. Some people got a hectic schedule. See, it's 8 billion people I'm talking to you guys. It's good to do analogies because everybody, if one don't fit in this category, somebody will over in this category. We have to put it out there like that, guys. Because everybody got to be fed. You ain't been getting. I don't feel like you've been getting no. Look at this. How you know we ain't been getting no nourishment? How I know? I'm on Earth too. How I know we not been getting no nourishment? Man, in my time, we didn't have a lot of bickering. If they did it in a manner of out of our eyesight. You don't want to cause chaos in front of people's eyesight. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. I always say if you got, and I'm moving but it's still the presence of God. I just want to recognize His power and stuff. And this is when you even train. God is in everything. When you're training your children, I always say don't never disagree, parents, young parents. Don't never disagree in front of your children because one gonna play it against the other. If he see who's who and what's what, a child smart, man. They get plenty of air in their brains. They smart, you know what I mean? They breathe. We believe air is more oxygen to your brain. You tickle your brain, but you got to get your brain with it. But yeah, a child will play in the middle, man. You know what? Man, I know, man. What you talking about the air to the air to the brain? Man, I know, man. I get me a couple of cups every morning, man. Yeah. Some people, you got to get that. That's gonna start your day off right. I'm telling you. You get used to it. You get the metal to brain. You can play with it. Hold it, bro. Hold it. Get you some air, man. We need air. And sometimes when people upset, got stuff on their mind, pay attention to yourself. That's all I can say. Pay attention to yourself, how you move, how you learn yourself. Learn yourself. You said you learn. I hope you learn about that warrior inside you. This ain't no joke. I mean, then y'all said that's for the temptations, the desires, the ugly things that come in our lives, and sometimes it's try to tempt us, especially when you trying to move closer to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? This is protect. Maybe some people don't experience. Who knows? But I know plenty that did. I was one of them. You experience stuff like that. I'm talking from experience most of the time. You know what I'm saying? No man is perfect. But now I'm gonna tell you though. I don't know about that. I'll tell you. We've been sharing my hat too, by the way, buddy. I think it's about time for you to go out and get you a hat there. Compassion. Man, I don't mind you wearing my hat. We share. That's good. Sometimes people can just overdo things sometimes, I let you wear it. You ask for. Hold on, God. I'm sorry. Let's come over here. Excuse me. I'm really trying to get back where we left off. If we don't, we just start. Forget where we at. We just start back where left us off at, right? Man, look here. Let me tell you something. I've been trying to be cool, man. You asked me the first time about my hat. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay, look good. I gave you a compliment. It do look good on you. And that's cool. You asked me. Now, every time I get up every morning and you be up here talking to the people while I'm doing this, when I put things down, compassion, I like for things to be where I left them at. I don't know why. I want you to respect that. You understand? Oh man, you wearing my hat, but you done got comfortable with my hat. You just reach and get out and get. I'm almost asking you where my hat is. That's just getting a little disturbing. I know that's my father, right? And I'll let you wear it. I take pride in that hat because about me and my father, we talked about that hat before he passed on, and he had when he got one, wasn't too much long after that, he had passed on. Well, maybe he had about a year or two. I don't know. But anyway, still, it's precious to me. And it's still, it's like you just grab it and, you're not even asking anymore. That's when you get too comfortable. We still need to ask, man. Even though I'm liberal to you and let you wear my hat, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fussing at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you feel how I feel, you feel me? We gotta understand, everything. We're trying to discuss it. Man, everything's alright, man. I'm sorry, man. I like that. I do like that, man. I think I like that hat, man. I do like that, man. You're right. I probably do need to buy me a hat, man. And I didn't wasn't aware that it was offending you like it was offending you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know this was making you mad, man. I wish that had came to me earlier, man. Well, I was gonna come to you earlier, but I had to get myself together, baby. Because it was just bothering me. I just couldn't see why you wouldn't understand what was going on, man. It's just like you just possessed my possession. You just possessed my possession, baby. Like someone, it's like that demon came in and tried to possess our identity. That's why. See, I've seen a lot of stuff. Compassion. I mean, I know you have about me. I've really seen a lot of stuff, man. Well, that's why sometimes I have a trigger that go right back to that. It might not really be my good, but I've seen a lot of possession. And I mean the real possession. I mean, I've seen men that was good men, and they turned back, and you look at them, they look like they had the devil in them, man. So that's why we try to get people to realize it's very out there. Now get back all home about, man. You know, you gotta calm me down. Don't get too upset. Don't you was upset with me, now you go and throw them triggers down, man. You want some water, man? You go get your water, man. Here, take care, man. Get your water, yeah. I'm sorry, man. You just calm down. Man. Anyway, man, we sorry about it, man. Man, Bob, man, sit back, man. See, even when you're a child of God, sometimes, man, you have setbacks. You know, don't make them think, man. Don't be thinking, man. I hope y'all ain't getting the impression because you in the church or you in a spiritual setting or whatever you feel, that you just ain't gonna never have no issues because you have decided to do. You know, people, that's a false narrative. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I hate to tell you. No, I'd like to tell you. I want to tell you. I think you would like me to tell you. And should I tell you? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. You know, because it's gonna be the walk gonna get harder, baby. Oh, where you go? Wait, man, what about get oh, so I can leave my hand, okay? The walk gonna get harder, baby. You know, that person gonna get harder. I mean, sometimes things happen over here and I think this was a blossom of relationship. And this you know it's deflated. The devil trying to do everything he can to turn you off your walk, man. And you got to stay like a tree by the river of the water. It won't be moved. You know, as long as that water flowing through there, you ought to be able to sit tight for a while, a few hundred years, you know, from a tree point of view. You know what I'm saying? You got to people, people don't understand each other walk, man. And I don't know how we try to get up in each other now and say, get out, we like to say to these young people, you got to stay out of my lane, baby. You know, you drive, I'm in the slow lane, baby. I'm just cruising, it's time to, that's what you got to do sometimes. Sometimes get up to the interstate, man, and just take the scenic route home. You feel what I'm saying? Calm yourself down a little bit. Prevent the exposure that may come home if you don't get it together, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of thinking in this, man. This is that thing again. Yeah, compassion, I don't believe it. I know you know, but some people still think, you teaching me about imagination. I kind of like an imagination. I would rather imagine than think about bills, think about problems, think about what I got to do, what I got to do. Because when you got to do what you got to do, you don't have to think about it. It's going to come automatically anyway. You might as well fresh in space. Ain't that what it says, computer world? Anyway, just fresh in space, going in the cache and just push the storage. Go to the app, push the storage, boom, hit that, boom, boom. Hit the cache, don't hit the data because you may lose everything. But hit the cache. I just learned that, man. I lost all my data. Man, I lost a lot of stuff, man. I didn't know what I was doing, man. I had to keep reading, but I freaking figured it out, though. My phone was going slow, man. But back to what we talking about, man. You know, people need to learn. And that'd be a sweet smell, and that'd be a good smelling aroma to the Father. That's how you get blessings, man. We don't have to live like this. If we can't control ourselves, then somebody will control us. Don't you just tell the kids that when they were young? You got to get ahead of them before somebody get ahead of you, then they'll be controlling them. You feel what I'm saying? Don't be thinking little Johnny and little so they're cute. They are cute. They are good. They're going to grow up one day. And be sure they got enough discipline where they can stay cute inside out. You feel what I'm saying? Inside out, baby. Keep them cute inside. Take them to church. You know what I mean? Take them to church. Take them out some good people. Stay in that life. Don't let them raise you. Don't let children raise you. Have some type of discipline. Hopefully a little bit more forceful. I ain't condoning. I ain't condoning that you do this and do this. I'm not saying that, that's your discretion. Time out works. We need to do a survey on timeout. Hopefully, timeout is good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't timeout for me. Yeah, we had timeout. Yeah, we had timeout. They used another kind of. My mama had called timeout. She called timeout the rest. Boy, I love them whoopings now, man. You think about the whoopings good. That's what's going on, man. But anyway, see, that's where all this read, how's it went. Now, I'm gonna give you stage one. I'm gonna try to get I think I did this on the video. Y'all let's check out something about. I'm on live here, so I don't know who's left watching, so y'all forgive me if you've seen this before. But it's important to say some of these things over and over again, to see what I'm saying. We got Job, right? No, I ain't Job. Yes, Job, man. That's God right here. That's God, Job. God, Job, the devil. Is that right? Yeah, God, Job, the devil. The devil, a spiritual being. God, a spiritual being. Job, a man, spiritual being. Full of faith. So that's how you stay a spiritual being, man. You gotta stay full of faith. So you know who you are. You full. That's what he's full of faith. I mean, I don't know what full, but it was enough for the Lord to recognize him, and it was enough also for the devil to recognize him. He was had so much faith. So that's a spiritual man. That is one of the requirements. That ain't even a requirement. That's one of the things you will possess when you become a spiritual man. You become a spiritual man. Spiritual man, spiritual man, spiritual man, spiritual man. That's where it's at, baby. Even if the devil is scared of you, you're not scared of it, though. It's scared of you. You're not scared of your own mindset no more. I know some of you believers, some people that's on trying to really be disciplined and try to really walk the walk, and you keep falling and falling and falling. I understand all that, man. That's what happened. See, what happened is, I'm going to tell you here's how you do it. And I learned this. When we was, I might did the video. Y'all, a lot of stuff in my video. I'm going to try it anyway. When you outside of the Lord, and making your mistake, you decided not to live for the Lord, people been telling you, how it go, you're not inside the Lord. See that, so that's, on your own. You don't make that little grace and mercy. You see what I'm saying? This is the power of the gods. I'm still on the powers of the presence of the Lord now. Don't think because I'm way out. I'm colloquial language here. I'm talking layman terms so we can have a discussion. You see, I got a question. Are we talking? Somebody don't understand. Are we talking? You need to clarify on this question. Are we talking black and white people? We talking polychromatic. I don't know. Do a little more clarification on that. Bob the Cheese. I think I remember you too. You didn't get the look. That's the French. I remember the French Connection. He was a subscriber, I think. I think I remember you saying your name. You got. Oh, you said. Yeah, I got to do a little more clarification. I don't mind. Just give me a little bit more clarification. We'll figure it out, baby. Just take your time and relax, baby. Nobby style, baby. With class. You feel what I'm saying? We all got class, man. I don't care what. You had a family. You had your family. You had raisins. Everybody's got some good stuff. Everybody don't grow up just to be bad and look bad and be bad. It's influence in the world, sure enough. But some of us are strong enough to say you know how to deal with the influence. You're your own man. You're your own woman. You know what I mean? You can listen and learn from people, but you know when you're going to decide to do what when you decide to do it. You know how to do it, right? That's what you do. It's okay as long as you live with the consequences on the good side of the bad side. You're good. You know what I'm saying? It's just okay, and you go forward in life. Don't be able to be scared to try to fly, do what you're trying to do. You got to be careful. You got to be careful of them warring spirits, because if you ain't, now I'm telling people really got to be careful, man. But they sound like they doing pretty good, to be honest. When I think about them, they don't got no protection. They think they go for this is the world people that the devil are. I have to make a distinction, baby. Is there's two people that love believers and unbelievers in this spiritual war situation. And how they look at it, the devil is trying to eliminate as much unbelievers as he can, or make them an unbeliever or take them out. But I really think the deal is, and this is a perspective, it's a slap in Satan's face if children of God, which was once pure man, but God poured the Spirit into them, they must see the faith, and they defeat the devil. In other words, the devil can't make the people bow to him no more, because now they figured him out. But now they got that warring spirit inside of them. That warring spirit. Some of it's so easy. You gotta try something. I know it's hard to not. Man, I know it's hard, man. Guys getting out. The sex thing. Beautiful ladies, guys. All this stuff, man. The money. People need stuff. You know what I mean? There's a lot of temptation out there, man. Friends, not friends, because certain things happen in friends' relationships. You know what I mean, guys. ladies, older people. You know, yeah, I mean, why we, we all done came from somebody from a good, wholesome home. I know that. I know your parents was good. I know. You ain't gonna tell me your parents. We learned stuff from other ways, other reasons, other cultures, other countries. We had to learn this stuff somewhere, but then they learned it from somewhere. You know, it's amazing to me how evil can carry a long way and then good only goes so far. And why is that happening? Who we gonna look way over there? Oh, there's some people over there causing that to happen. Oh yeah, I see. Hey, y'all. They caused that to happen. We like the same story about said the earth got invaded. Y'all think I'm joking? We like when we read the story like, man, the earth got, man, you ought to be alarmed. You ought to be, well, what happened to the earth? What happened? You read the Bible. It lets you know some things that came in that is not pleasant. It said, I can't ever, they don't want to give it to me to read. I didn't know about I just read the Bible. This is what I come up with. And there was an invasion. These are powerful beings. That's why God wants us to be, man. Yeah, I ain't fussing y'all, man. I'm glad y'all care, but I gotta get more. That's good, that's good. See, because the party gonna be over. Then what we gonna do after that? See, the vibe or the energy, how did that last for so long? I listened to a song, man, this dude named, man, I think Y'all Brick, man, he used to do more, young I like young people that try to get up and, get doing positive things in life, man. That dude said motivation is like a spark, Y'all may hear that. I think I played it on here before. He said motivation is like a spark, but he said it's the discipline that really bring you through to put you on that car ride. I told you knowledge. Yeah, that's part of that. You gotta stay disciplined in whatever you're trying to do. You feel what I'm saying? If you're trying to save something, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I got some ideas on the financial situation I'm gonna offer to my subscribers. As soon as I get everything set up, it's a great idea, man. It don't cost. You have to pay for a little something, but it's good for you. In about 2 or 3 years, you ought to be set. You understand more. We got to explain to you where you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. It's about a financial situation, I ain't gonna tell you everything. I'll let you. I'm gonna pick a few people. Like I said, I'm gonna support my subscribers, and I got some ideas. We're gonna run it by, kick it back, See if you think it's it ain't really a big risk to tell you the truth. Some people don't like risk. This ain't really a risk, but it's time. You gotta wait a little bit. You gotta wait on it a little bit for a little maturity, I got something for you. I got something for my listener. It's one guy working really run across him. He one told me how to put topics on my. He said, "Man, you do better." I can't think. I'm probably. I know he ain't my thing, but you want to show appreciation to people, man, when you're on your walk. You know what I mean? You don't want to get there by themselves. I know people emphasize that and try to say this, they feel good, but that's true. Don't know. I mean, ain't no way that winners consist of a lot of people in your life. You might just have to be the one to hold the trophy up. You feel what I'm saying? Ooh, that was good, man. Where that come around, man? That Bob, who was that, man? What's that? Yeah, go in there. I see what you got. I just sound you go there, but you can take credit for it. Man, that was powerful, man. God. Yeah, everybody don't get to hold the trophy up, baby. But you might have laid the foundation, though. You see what I'm saying? And that's you taking the time, young folks. Just a little, uncle advice, if you will. Give a little money. And I ain't saying I know a lot of you guys do, though. So I'm gonna say it this way: continue on showing love, to your kid, being, give them a couple of hours of your time, 1 or 2 hours. If I know you're busy and stuff, you gotta go to bed, go to get them, do it all again tomorrow. Do it all over again tomorrow. I get that. But kids need about between 1 and 2 hours of attention time. And I tell you what, don't worry about it. I tell you what, do a survey. Do y'all think that deep sometimes? Do it. And of course you have to do it. You're working and stuff, people. Children need nourishment too. But just do a survey for your own personal self and count how much time you spend with your child. I ain't talking about going to the grocery store to eat ride with you. I'm talking when you sit down and actually interact with them. Y'all do some writing in the color books. Y'all put some toys together. That's what kids like to do. You can't just do kids can't do what you like to do. They're kids. You got to do what kids like to do. You're the more mature ones, so you have to do this. Everybody understand, But see, that's the kind of time I'm talking about. See, that's the time. That's the most important stuff right there. See, they have memories. Because right now, kids got what? What kids got? What I say? I can sit back here all day and imagine I'm in Hawaii, ain't with nowhere. And I probably could skip my blood pressure pills. And they done dropped out. Yeah, man, we so tense, man. It was so tense, you don't realize, people don't realize. Now, I don't know about for the younger people. I know y'all got a lot. Young people got stuff going on too. Even they drive and got their life going and stuff. I was young once. I feel like I can lift the world, man. And still do. I still feel like I can lift the world. You see me? I lift the world, baby. You see that me in the world, baby. We lift the world. That's what God did, man. We lift the world, man. If we don't go no further than this, I'm still satisfied. Because at least I got to talk with people, share with people, and I still feel like God. It ain't me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all please y'all understand. It's not I. It's not me. It's not me. I would never take no credit from anybody, and especially from the glory. I mean, why would I want to take it? It smacked me in the face. It was him. I didn't know nothing about this voice throwing. I only been doing this 3 or 4 weeks. I've been retired since July, August. I was a little heavy then. I was telling to the Lord. I was there for them, Lord. You want me to tell these people, man? I don't know how to do it. I'm talking to Lord. I don't know how to do that, man. I didn't. What you want me to do it for? That's what I was saying, for real. I'm telling you. Well, y'all might let me have a thought of crazy. I'm telling them, man, I don't know how to do it. I wasn't telling them, but I was just trying to say, Lord, you know. And then all of a sudden, the stuff started moving, man. I was watching a little bit. Sometimes you can watch the winds moving, and that's the Lord beginning to blow different things, man, and put things different ways. He may be your stepladder to your situation if it's too small for you to reach it. You know what I'm saying? God may put a stepladder for you to get up there and get to it. You never know. That's how powerful God is. In your imagination. Imagination, you go faith. What are you imagining? That's what I think about. Sit down and think about what you think about something now. What are you imagining? Put something. Don't just imagine about it. Imagine on purpose. Don't do it on accident. Get practice. Imagine on purpose. Take a little rock, a ball, or something. Sit there and just imagine. I ain't talking about no other stuff. And it's true. It's good and wholesome. We had imagination. This ain't nothing crazy. We had imagination. Children got imagination. The adults is not having imagination anymore. Just out imagining. Or if y'all get imagining about somebody else stuff, because they got you in their imagination. You going to work, that's somebody else's imagination. They built that place in their imagination. And you there working in their imagination. They imagine that you and me one day will be working in their imagination. Their warehouse they built. They office they built. They imagine they would have janitors and stuff. They imagine that stuff. And guess what? Imagination works. Because they do got custodian people that clean offices. They got people that own offices. They got people. But who got the strong imagination? The janitor did? There's nothing wrong with nobody. But it's just a comparison. I respect everybody's occupation. But it's just a good point to make in time. Just like who. They don't say that the janitor's a bad person, but that's where his imagination carried him with the mop. The secretary, they carried out to the keyboard. And then the man that's over everything, they carried him to a management. And then you got a man that owns the whole building. He owns. That's how everybody's imagination works. He decided he wanted to imagine he owned the whole building. Somebody imagine because that's the way it is. It's reality. It's reality. Somebody you don't know. You see it with your eyes. There's a building. People are always you see it. Somebody you think they ain't popped there that's planning and coordination, baby. Clarity, seeing. That's what I like to see. You got to plan things and see things. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna try to ignore you. I got one. I heard that one right there. Oh, okay, so I guess somebody else was in her mess. I'm trying to be sure I didn't misunderstand this young person. Can't see. Okay, I see that what he's trying to tell me. I'm listening. I'm talking too, though. But that's it, guys. I just want us to understand the presence of God, the power, man. This is a supreme being. And we don't treat, it's like we treat the dignitaries and block off half the, city when they come in for protection. We understand all that, this and that. But God don't need the protection, though. We can probably save a little money on that. He don't need no protection. You know what I'm saying? His body exuberates power. Can you imagine 10,000 angels were standing around that cross, close to Jesus? And you imagine some enemies and everything. What were they going to fight, the people? So evidently, that's perspective thinking. Because it don't say. 10,000 angels were standing around Jesus. It must have been 10,000 so demons. But the angels weren't going to fight the people that was doing it, was it? Because they could just snap their finger on people, I think. I don't think they don't have the same strength as angels, even though there's some stories. I don't know if they turn their strength down the wood. Jacob, he wrestled with angels. I'm like, how is he wrestling with angels? I think angels did that. But what the Bible says, he wrestled with angels, came out with a limp. These things are strong. I ain't talking about things as far as the devil. They strong too. I'm talking about the power. I call them warriors. See, they good. They get a name. They got an identity. The demon don't got no identity. So I address it as such because in my imagination, the demons ain't real. They're not real no more. That's my imagination. See, then it's fade on out. My imagination is dreaming about this place and that place. If I don't get that, at least it keep me out of this bad imagination over here, see? And the bad imagination to us is our evil desires against ourselves. You see what I'm saying? And then that's why we can't get no further. If you're not getting ahead of where you in life, like you think you want to be or you should be, it's a few things you can look at. Especially young people, it won't take long for you to figure it out, and you can excel in life. I won't tell you, it's so easy to see. Just see it for yourself, You got to be honest with yourself about things. You know, it's always better when people can figure it out for themselves. That's the reason I don't try to say, I know what I know. That's what I like to do. I guess I'm going to figure this microphone out. Is that, I'm scared to touch that mic. I got to get more. Yes, this is my second time being on this. Before I took the kids restriction off it. And when you do that, it say, I thought I was doing right. Yeah, it's made. My stuff is made for kids, but once you put no, it's not made for kids. So then they make the comments and all that work again. I guess it's like a default or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, we got to realize. It seems like I'm just trying to emphasize, and I'm gonna quit fussing. But I'm not really fussing though. I'm trying to talk to the spirit inside you, wake him up or her up. These right here, man, they put this stuff. It's like a. I'll put it this way. It's like sometimes when people got a game or, I said this before, I believe people got something lucky or something they attached to, and when they got some type of event, test, challenge ahead, they got to go get it, and so they can have it with them, so that make them feel more confident because they got whatever this item represent to them, they feel like they can take on the task that's before them. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's the same way with this powerful warrior here. You see what I'm saying? Once you embrace them. You won't be walking so much, if you, and you'll know, you just got to try. Just give them a try, guys. I'm trying to prove it. I'm trying to get you some scripture to read. I think about, I might have to post them up here, but I'm trying to think. I know Romans 11 or 12 is Daniel's. Daniel talk about them people? Them 10,000 angels? Yeah, I don't get y'all some scripture. I'm sure you to because I don't think we know how real these things are and how powerful they are. I'm talking about from a supernatural point of view. I never heard one talk. I know when it's time to move. I ain't never heard like me and you can hear each other. I ain't never heard one like that. But somehow I don't know if they telepathically when you praying and stuff. Do y'all think about that? This is more perspective. How you know your prayers? That's when you're praying. How do you know he hearing you when you're praying? Well, how do you pray when you pray? This is perspective thinking. It's nothing here or there about your salvation or your choice of life where you may end. It's just interesting to know things sometimes. Well, it may not be just nothing for you to know, but just know. You don't have to know. You got to know other things. Just know that God loves you. That's the main thing. But it's other interesting stuff that's for me. That's why. I like to see things. I like to see it from a different perspective to the story. Like I said, when I said Jesus that he ever have, been with a lady, had sex, I said, because I thought about that because I know how guys are from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And most guys, if you think about it, so how is Jesus so different from us when he came as a human man? Was he supposed to avoid these feelings? This is legal issues. He had to come this way. He can't. So he couldn't have nothing special on him. He had to walk the walk like a man because of legal issues. He had to walk like a man through this life. Then his power. I think his power started. Well, anyway, just something to think about. Because how you felt. Some of the older guys, and maybe some of the guys not so old, how things were when you was coming up and young, blazed, this, that. You know what I'm saying? This, that, other. So how he get exempt from the situation? Because he's human like we human. And from this type of situation, he couldn't use his power. Because he had to take care of some business. I heard, it's this thing that make you wonder, how it may change your understanding to look at some other stuff that may, that's how you build, that's how you build the story out, man. You know what I'm saying? Huh? For powder. Yeah, really. That's my son coming in. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to tell him about the. It's work, man, because you know why it's work? Compassion is work. Because compassion wants you to understand that, and so you can have a happy, I was going to say a dangerous, understand the danger. I'm not going to say it that way. I'm going to say it this way. I want you to understand so you can have a happy, spiritual, free life. You can still have a spirit free amongst these things. They don't have to bother you. It's proven in the Bible. It's protection. The warriors protecting you. You know, I hear stories sometimes. I ain't saying it's true or not, but I hear stories. I heard one time this story, but I be thinking, it might be true, man. I'm looking at another dimension, guys. When you're reading up here, like I said, I'm reading in the future. Y'all still way back there. Let's read the Bible up here. Because some people don't read the Bible. That's okay. It's your business. But I heard a story one time. It says this lady, older lady, she had a flat tire or something. And these two guys that seen it, y'all probably heard this story. This is for analogy purpose. It's not a joke, and this is something to try to validate the point about angels. And so this is a story, it's a fictional. I don't know if it's fictional. I'll say it's a fictional story, but I'm just telling you how it's happened, for analogy purpose. So she's sitting there, she had some car problems and stuff. So these two guys, devious guys, had some, devious situations, to try to, take the lady money or something. And what happened? They had criminal things in their mind to do to this lady, and somehow they didn't do it or something. Something happened. But what they didn't do what they need to do, and somebody asked them, why? I'm not telling all right, but still I can get the point across. Why didn't you do what you need to do? They said, did you see them two big men standing beside her? There wasn't no man standing beside her. There wasn't no man standing beside her. For what they tell, and I believe that. Man, some things go in your mind, things happen on earth that you don't understand because the Bible says, your own Bible, the things that was done, the Bible could not record the things. They would have to put books in California, way over to Arizona, all the way back up to Oregon, Washington. They would have took that whole northwestern part down in from California all the way down to San Diego. They took all the way down to the end, for making a bookshelf. That's how much he did. Now the question is, this is another perspective thing. I be thinking that's what Lord says. They didn't record the stuff, but you did do the stuff. You didn't do the stuff for show. You did the stuff for us to be used. I mean, why would you do the stuff? I'm talking to the Lord. And what happened when you? So what? They didn't record it. So what that mean? What that mean? Because you didn't record something? Does that mean what he did goes away? And whatever he did, what was it that he did that we don't know that he did? You see what I'm saying? That could be beneficial to us. Ain't nobody fault this. That's what you ask. Because they say he did it, but it just wasn't recorded. You feel what I'm saying? He did it, but it just was not recorded. You see what I'm saying? So he get credit for doing it, but it wasn't recorded. So I just be wanting to think, and I'm going to probably try to dig something up. Where can you go? You got to go to other sources. There's other sources out there. They have an account too. We told you Jesus did a lot of stuff that for over 500 people. So you think the people wasn't writing stuff down? What you would have been doing for all the miracles? I think I said this in a little bit. I hear myself saying the same thing over again. But that's what you would have been doing if all the miracles would have been explored. I mean, use your imagination, people. That's some of our biggest problems. We can't imagine enough to understand. Sometimes imagination will make you understand somebody else's situation. Man, I wish that, I feel you. I thought that's why you be saying, I know how you feel. If y'all hadn't got to the part where you did since that's just something you say, but you really don't, because you can't know how a person feels or not. I know that people say, I ain't in your shoes. You may not been in his shoes, but you halfway in his shoes. You done been halfway in his shoes. And just to be halfway in some person's shoes, you know a little bit about how they feel. I don't know why people say that. Because it ain't like you. Now, there may have been a few people that split the ring. They had a good fortune in life. That's great. That's good. That's a good life. And I really do. That's a good life, man. If you can slip through things and not ever have to deal with stuff. I don't know if these texts is old. I don't know if I get ready. Let me see. I'm going, what's some more stuff here? Let me see. Man, I always said, welcome to Chef. Hello, homie. Somebody, but I'm going to respond back to you guys, man. I'm just not learning this thing. I'm going to show respond back. I just not saw this. O'Neal Jones. Oh no, you got I gotta see if y'all want me to call your name. Tony Vero, Tony, Solomon. Oh, that's a beautiful, I like his name, Solomon. Hey, you got any money, Solomon? You got some money? Give me one of them gold bars, man. That's Solomon, y'all. Oh, man, this is fun. Okay, let me see here. What's we got here? Man, what the heck? No, man. Look at you, me, no, man. You need to come down to the club room, baby. Me and you, I'm gonna give you a encrypted message. So no, you're not. No, you're not. I don't know how you feel that way, man. Come on now. You give me a, we need to lift Solomon up, y'all. He's talking about he has this, he has that. No, you know what I mean. I think you Photoshop. You just joking around. I know he just joking around. You don't mean that. I ain't gonna entertain. I know you don't mean it. You don't mean that. You better not mean it. Well, I'm reading. I know you don't mean that. You know you love yourself, man. What's wrong with you, man? Don't be thinking like that. Don't ever think that way about yourself. You got to be playing with me. I know that. Don't be playing around, man. You can don't do that kind of stuff. You can put it on yourself by playing around. Don't do man. Playing around with words. I told you I like words. Words a bit. Did somebody look at that word zover? Did I say that before? Zover. 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 I ran across that word too. I forgot what it meant. Zover. And when you find it's over, because it's in a language there, it made me, I know what language it's in. I know what language it is. Yeah, I know what language it's in. Yeah, I do. And see what we come up with the same thing. I gave you a tip. It's different. You know what to do. It's over. So if you want to, you can text what this one or two words what you think the definition. You don't got to be on an all day test. I'll figure it out. What the definition is, and I'll look and see what I have. And I'll throw you a thumbs up or do something for you if you know, if we match up, you know. That's Zebra, Oscar, Victor, Edward, Run, Zover. Ah, Zover. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys, man. I'm going to get off here. You know, it's nice talking to you, man. I just enjoyed it. Let's love talking to you guys. I'm saying, make sure I ain't missing nothing. Man, you just, I'm about to set this thing. We have some private conversation. I think he was talking about that. Because me and this guy the one say, a I am a strong soldier, a warrior. He said, I'm a warrior, what he said, but he thought he said something else. But I mean, we got to get a private room set up, man. I can't be trying to deal with you like that on this thing. I mean, I got to learn how the rules are. You know, people business. You know, I'm cautious about it. I respect people, man, and privacy. That's one of my problems. People tell me, they just dump everything, but they know I'm going to say that. I'll be, okay, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not gonna say that. People, man, I don't say that, man. People, if they got the respect to tell you stuff, then you should have respect to hold your mouth, you know. Or tell them, don't tell me, I'm gonna tell it. If you want to tell me, I'm letting you know. If you tell me, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell somebody. That way, you free them. Let them know I'm gonna tell somebody before it, so that way they decide if they want to tell you or not, you know. Don't tell me nothing. I'm gonna tell my wife. Now you don't want my wife to know. Then no, you don't need to tell me what you need to know. I had a guy was at a party one time. It was a nice party. Nice party. With no bikinis. Nice party. So Nabby wasn't there. Nabby wasn't there. You know, he wasn't there. Nabby somewhere chilling, so it's good, man. And this dude, while he was trying to tell me all kind of stuff, man. I said, and my cousin, I said, hey, man, something I do not want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. He kept on. He said, my cousin, hey, man, he said he don't want to hear it, man. I meant that, man. You just be, you know how people just come right, man, I don't want to be no this or that in court, but you know, I don't know what's going on with the dude, but you know, I didn't want to hear it, so I didn't hear it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can get involved. I know people joke, but watch it now, guys. Watch it go. Sometimes, and let me tell me, okay, man, what are you trying to say, man? Sometimes you can become involved. You was having a nice day, this, that, you're not keeping your ears open, don't keeping your eyes watched. You can be going home and you can find yourself involved in a situation and you don't even know how you got in. It's a real situation. Like some people say you know, they don't know how you got in. They did. They did. You know, they know how they got into it. But some people say they really don't know how they end up in a situation. You know, I mean, it's the honest people that end up in a bad situation. They don't know how they got there. You know what I'm saying? Because when you use your eyes, you will not. You know, you got to pay attention to when people do things. Watch people. Watch yourself. You know. That's why I said it's good to know yourself. Know you. Know who you are, man. Come on now. But we got the earth dressed up, baby. We gonna party. Get down, baby. We gonna party. And you know, if everything happens, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen. I plant the seed in water, man. But if you know, I don't know what time frame. But I got some grapes in the fridge. I got some apples and oranges. You know, I got some sandwich. You never know when it's gonna break out. So I always got some in the fridge ready. You know, we can have a little drink. I got a little drink. You know what I'm saying? Let's drink that. It's okay to drink. I drink a little. I mean, that's just gonna be transparent with you, man. You know, if you want to say this or that, whatever, you know. Give me enough time and I'll be around you. I can say this about you too, you know. But I ain't gonna use that card about you, know, because I'm supposed to be a homosexual. You know, you don't even throw stones back to people. You know, you gotta let people just say what they say. You feel like you should. They did you. You should. You doing them. But we should not render evil for evil. You know, that's what they say. That's why I say the walk is hard, baby. Now I ain't gonna tell you whoever's thinking about. I hope you come on in the family, man. If you're thinking about coming on in, man, it's beautiful in the family. I'm serious, man. I'm 62, bro. I did some things in life. Everything was so nice, you know. This is the most beautiful life, and man, when you don't worry about what everybody else doing in church, man. That's what I said about some churches. You know, sometimes people say they don't like churches, but you see some people that's dedicated to their church. So why should don't poison them people mind? If you don't like the church you go to, then find you a church. Don't run a church now. Some people like their church, even though you don't like church. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you can go get another church. You know what I'm saying? Y'all calm down on that kind of noise. Now we trying to get people in, and you have to look like you're a Christian. And it's okay. You have a problem. I'm saying the word don't say they want to throw you in the face. Hey, you supposed to be a Christian. Blah 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 blah. Well, you supposed to be one too. Blah 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 blah. But you got a free college. You're not a Christian. That's what they mean. We have to say that. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody got no room to say you got an excuse to do what you want to do, and it's this pleases the Lord. The peace of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? No, you want to, that's a problem, man. I keep telling you, that's the presence of God. Why do you think I was trying to get cleaned up for, man? I was trying to get that bit clean. I was trying to push, man. Y'all guys just had a feeling you were trying to, but we're going to give everything we good. Everything we good. So Papa be happy. Man, when Papa be happy through the effort, I'm telling you, everything will start happening down here. I told you, got a muscle you want to bloom. You just want to explode, bloom, and kiss one of them blooms while it's fruit, man. It'll elevate you. You kiss one of them blooms in the muscle, man. You'll grow. You go kiss that bloom, man. That first bloom, man. When that seed starts, that's what when you do that, you clean. That's called cleaning up your eye, cleaning up yourself. When we clean up the earth, you diligently try. You say it to yourself, Lord, I know that I haven't been what I need to be. And once you get away from your buddies, that could be drinking and whatever you're doing, man. That could be your buddy too. People, buddy. I'm gonna say person, place, or things is your buddy. Person, place, or things is your buddy. Once you get away from all this, doing you harm, hurting yourself, because you hurt somebody, and you can't help yourself, then you probably need to start thinking about severing that relationship. The relationship is not good for one or the other. And I haven't heard a complaint from the whiskey or this, that, whatever maybe be seating you, so I'll make that assume that relationship is not good for you. See? And it's okay, you gotta take your time. I ain't saying, but some people can do it in one day. Some people do it, once the mind is very powerful. The mind is the mind, once you start reading and getting knowledge, just read, man. It don't have to be the Bible, y'all just read. Okay, this guy still, why y'all keep telling me about that? Okay, y'all want to talk about this topic? We're going to have a topic, we're going to have a discussion about this, man. I'm going to just read this. He said, damn, well, I'm in school, I'm getting racially abused. This is 2026, bro. This don't happen in 2026, does it? Okay, I know it does. I'm just saying it like that because I know it does, but and I don't know what the problem is about that. I do, but I know, but that's them demons. That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all think it's y'all. I'm going to stress them demons even more. I don't care if it do scare y'all. You got to look back at the thing, man. That thing staring you dead in the eye. You like, come and get me. You got to let the thing know you. I mean, you're going to lose anyway. I ain't condoning nothing and saying this or that. I'm just saying that, I know it's a tough situation for the young kids, man, but let me see if anything else going on here. We may do something on that. I don't know, People do stuff on that. Let's see. This is talking about I don't know if it's this person. I don't know, but I can't tell you the difference. Sometimes I can see y'all gender, but sometimes I can't read these little signs. I can't see what she was saying. But yeah, I'm trying to get, man, this is some topic. This is a lot of stuff we have to deal with. That's probably cleaning. Man, everybody don't want to get on board though. People see things and don't want to do nothing. They too busy. Too big. Sometimes you got to. I understand you want, man. We weren't like him. We was coming up, man. Man, we seen a little somebody in trouble. That's why we had the word double team. We had the double team. We had the double team. We double teaming. You can't just let people. Someone try to jump on We just didn't grow up like that, man. That's what you're saying. We just didn't. As far as protecting your own, that's what I'm talking about. Even if it's not involved in it ain't gotta be. If you see a woman and a man, but a woman's always, yeah, but watch these young ladies, man. They may put one on you, boy. Watch these young ladies. I'm serious. I ain't saying that these young ladies ain't playing, man. And I ain't saying it in a bad way. They just they protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? They have to learn. I'm sure what's it. I don't. Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh, let me read this right here. Oh, this don't look good. Man, I'm gonna have to read this later, guys. Well, hold on. This is okay. We'll get back on that one. Hold on, little friend. I haven't got about this, but yeah, man, I'm gonna get off here. And I can't really think of this guy. He really got him on his heart. I mean, he won't tell me. So I'm gonna get off here, guys. Good talking to you. I'm gonna try to go to my little message. This is new to me. I'm trying to figure everything out. Look at this. Look at that. I'm not comfortable still on the buttons and everything. I want to go smooth transaction. I'll give it to tech guy. That'll be me. And he'll talk with Nabby, and that'll be me. And we'll give a compassion. That'll be me, man. Compassion. And we'll talk to Sleepyhead over there. Yeah, that's me. And we'll talk to Papa about the situation on this thing here, the way the guy feels not so good about himself. And maybe we can bring you an answer back. But all things, baby, God is possible. With everything, God is possible. Y'all guys don't exercise your legal right issues. You got legal rights here in the spiritual world. You feel me? You got legal rights in the spiritual world. I didn't say worldly world, I said spiritual world. Spiritual world these ugly things that get in people, man, and things begin to happen, and then some people, man, I don't know. They believe people when they say that. Your family come in, you see you in a bad situation. I don't know what. That's in my. Like, I don't know. I just don't. And they said some key words there. You need. I'm a respected listener. When they say, you gotta take people at what they say sometimes. Some people say if there's something terrible not happen, they end up in a bad situation for themselves. I don't know, man. I just don't know. They're telling you they don't know. They don't know because anybody woke up that warrior yet. I don't know what happened to me. They don't know what happened to me. I don't know what I was thinking about. You sure didn't know what you're thinking about. You haven't accepted the fact that there's a war. See, I know. So now I know when things come at me, don't think about back away. That's not saying weakness, okay? That's just saying that I see things that you don't see. So I'm gonna be the bigger person and just back off because you have to grow some. People have to grow to know what the situation may be for them. So we just planted the water, baby, and we thought it was a great idea to clean the earth up and try to set this thing good for the Father. And so he can come out and blow that blowing wind on us, baby, so we can be blessed. And we will be blessed. I think we'll be blessed forever. I mean, I think I've connected with you guys. I don't know how you guys feel about me. That's cool, I love you guys, I don't know all you guys, but I just got a good feeling for you guys. As far as me, I mean, I ain't never, compassion, he was fussing, man. But yeah, I think, yeah, compassion, he loves the guys. I'll talk to him now. Compassion, man, little boy, he all right, though. He loves people. So, he's satisfied. Hopefully, it'll go the way we want to go, that the noble leaders of the earth, the posh leaders, I'm saying to these guys, man, I know, man, just think about it, and I got to get off here. I mean, really, I ain't just get all this chop, and all the noise out your head for a minute. Now, don't worry about me. You ain't got to think about it. I'm gonna leave you with it. I'm gonna get off here so you can enjoy your evening. And I'm gonna grab me something to eat or something. But uh, why would you handle that job? And what do you do in your life that's compared to that job that make you hectic, make you frizzy when little Johnny just spilled some sugar on the floor, or somebody didn't come home on time, or you had a flat tire? See, all this stuff got to be. I know them guys got help. I do know they got help, and they got an easy life. Presidents need to take vacations. They said, and y'all take vacations too, baby. So take your vacation, man. Get away sometimes. Sometimes you got to get away from stuff sometimes. Vacation is good. My sister take vacation all the time, man. She's taking vacation all the time, going out to Destin, Florida out there. It's that nice Hilton Hotel out there where you watch the dolphins jumping down up in the ocean. Yeah, it's a nice spot, man. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here, man. There'll be more about the presence I mean, we got to really, this is our elite general, man. This is our soldier. This is a, this is a guy that he commands respect from everything that's around him. You may see the sky do something when he walk by. I think he about our size. This is that before I'm feeling here. His back is my imagination. I think he about our size. Because he said he made man in his likeness and his images. I don't know. He could be taller. We all different sizes. But anyway, man, he walked with exuberant powers exuberate from him, baby. And he's trying to tell us the same thing. We get the same power, baby. I feel strong, man. I ain't saying I'm bad, and I ain't bad about people. I feel strong about them demons. I used to be so weak, man. I'm trying to be transparent to try to help somebody. I know you guys been strong all your life, blah blah this, blah blah that. I'm transparent, man. That's what makes me strong, to be transparent. Cause now I know I'm really out there. Hey, man, I'm told people you don't get on TV. Hey, just blah blah blah. That just put another arm in my chink to be able to say it out loud. Some people don't say it out loud because they fear what they say out loud, they're gonna go back and trip up and they're gonna fall. They're gonna be like laughing stock. I thought about that too, man. But sometimes you gotta stand on out of faith, man. You can't wait till you get right. Wait till everything get right in your life. If you waiting to do that, if someone is waiting to do that before they meet the Lord, they say, "Man, I'm drinking, I'm still smoking, I'm blah 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 blah. I just gotta wait till I get everything together for them." Well, you know what? You might want to stay on that. You can't wait. And I'm sorry, I don't mean it. That's the truth though. You can't wait. You're not gonna get yourself together at all. You can't get yourself together. That's what your church is going to do. So whatever you're doing, bring it all in the church and get with some counseling people or get with somebody that make it happen. Especially you fellas you know what I'm talking about. You probably gonna need some counseling, Solomon. On the sun, baby. You get you some, I'm trying to say it incredible, but get check with some people, man. You don't know what the heck's going on about the situation, man. Okay, guys, I gotta get out. I gotta go, man. I don't know. Hey, man, I appreciate you guys listening to me, man. Hope you enjoyed and you know what I'm saying. Thanks for the effort, guys. I really hug you, man. I appreciate that, man. I feel so connected, man. Don't worry about it. It's just a little bit of things God watches. The little bitty things he watches. We do big things. All right, bye for now, guys. I'll see you guys. I hope you enjoyed the wonderful, powerful word of God. And we're learning that a spiritual man is stronger than an angel. And that's true. And I got facts on that. Bye for now, guys.